What medical expenses are tax deductible? My name is Tony Cameron with TLDR Accounting, and we provide tax and accounting services to individuals, small business owners, and therapists in private practice. So, given the pandemic that we're in, we've been receiving a lot more questions about medical expenses and what is deductible and what isn't deductible. So, medical expenses, it isn't like, oh yeah, that's totally deductible, or no, that's not deductible. This is a very much it depends answer, and I really hate giving those. The problem is with medical expenses, there's 3 barriers to deduction that you need to first cross over. So the first is, how much did you spend in medical deductions? With medical deductions, there is an AGI floor, which means you need to spend 7.5% of your income before any of your medical deductions are deductible, right? That's a lot of money. If you made $60,000, that works out to be $4,500 that you need to spend on a medical expense before you can start counting any of the items as deductible. That's a huge barrier. Most folks don't cross over that barrier unless they had a very large medical emergency, and then they can deduct after that. The second barrier is you have to itemize your deductions. So itemizing deductions, that's where you take your real estate taxes, sales tax, mortgage interest, charitable, and then medical. Most folks take the standard deduction. If you're single, the standard deduction is $12,400. If you're married, filing jointly, it's double that. So before you even look at the medical floor to see if you pass that 7.5%, the question is, do you itemize? If you're married, filing jointly, you don't itemize, the question is, are you going to have enough medical expenses to not only hit the 7.5% floor? So like I said, if you made $60,000, the $4,500, plus then do you have enough between your medical expenses, taxes, so that's real estate taxes, sales tax, or state taxes, and then mortgage interest to get over that $12,400 if you're single, or $24,800 if you're married, filing jointly, right? So you first got to hit over the 7.5, then you got to hit over the standard deduction. And then lastly, the question is that medical expense actually deductible? So a common one is health insurance. The premium you pay on your health insurance, you're like, oh yeah, I can totally hit that 7.5% with my health insurance deduction. So the amount you pay for premium for your health insurance, if you're a W-2 employee, you're not taxed on that already, so it's not deductible. On your W-2, it's excluded from your gross income, so it's already calculated in, and that's not going to be deductible on Schedule A. If you're a self-employed individual, it's deducted on a different part of the tax return, but again, it would not go to Schedule A, and it would not start the calculation for, is this medical expense deductible on my return. Overall, it would be, a large hospital stay, a major surgery that insurance didn't cover. Something like that would then cause you to get over the threshold to be able to deduct your medical expenses. Now, things like doctor's visits, dentist visits, the chiropractor, all of that can be deductible, but the issue becomes did you spend enough to deduct any of it, right? Because you have to get over each threshold. So medical expenses are medical care expenses include payments for the diagnosis, cure, migration, treatment, or prevention of disease, or payments for treatments affecting any structure of the function of the body. But like I said, you got to hit through the 3 barriers. The first is 7.5 AGI floor you need to get over. The second is, do you actually already itemize, or can you itemize? And then the third is that expense deductible or not? As you can imagine, it really depends on your tax situation and how much money you made and how much money you spent on medical expenses to see if it's deductible or not. Hopefully you found this helpful. If so, subscribe below.